Next Gen Cast starts now.
All right, here we go, guys. We're back.
Feeling chills. Feeling chills, man.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
We got some news for y'all guys. There's a new MGS trailer, and it's a pretty good one. Actually, you know what's crazy about this? You know, not to bring Hideo Kojima into this right away, but like,
Fuck that guy.
I watched the trailer and I was like, damn, dude, like they don't need Hideo Kojima to be editing their trailers. This fucking trailer was edited just fine.
Well, the thing is, the original trailer was also edited like fucking awesome. Like I'm talking about the first like real trailer of the game.
Where
you know,
it started out with the plane and shit.
Yeah, where it was kind of just like mainly the Virtuous mission that they showed. That trailer was, I remember seeing it. I'm like, damn, this is actually like a very marketable trailer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how Kojima's greatest trailers were. They were just super marketable.
Yeah, I know. He used to be the most like marketable fucking editor of trailers in the industry. Like nobody had him beat. I mean, whenever they released that Metal Gear Solid 2 trailer at E3 2000, I mean, this guy like he took the bar from like 0 to 150.
Yeah.
Like nobody was even able to like match his trailer editing for like years after.
Well, yeah.
Fuck. I mean, he did trailers like the Zone of the Enders TGS trailer too.
And all of the Zone of the Enders trailers were better than anything that he's done like
recently,
probably in the past, like
since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a trailer for Metal Gear Rising that he didn't do, and it was like they used Depeche Mode. And it was like wrong. Remember that song?
Oh yeah, that one sucked.
That one was fucking terrible.
That was his trailer.
No, it wasn't his trailer.
Remember he edited a trailer for freaking Castlevania Lords of Shadow that was actually pretty decent. Yeah. But I think that kind of more had to do so with the music.
Yeah, but also, I mean, he eventually he did do a trailer for Revengeance, and it's like, it's way better.
Oh yeah, it was fucking awesome actually. Yeah. I remember watching that trailer like over and over and shit.
Hideo Kojima's trailer?
Remember it was actually edited with the Thomas Bergerson music?
The Raiden.
Yeah, Rising.
Yeah. It was Hideo Kojima's trailer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. His trailer was good for he's done. Dude, the thing is, he's got editing chops for sure. But the thing is like whenever he was doing like MGS5, his freaking trailer edits were just so pretentious and just like,
random and shit.
Yeah, they were just, I mean, he did the garbage one. He did that one with that British guy singer. I don't even know who the fuck he was anymore. And then he did the Elegia trailer.
Oh, so he did
all
do
three
the
of those
one.
Were like just the same kind of thing, like each time.
Yeah, it was just
like
a song, like a popular song with just like mixed with random footage, not even edited to.
Yeah, it wasn't
like,
really edited to the footage or to the music.
Yeah, there was no like, ups and downs of the trailer. I felt like there was just no flow to it. It was just like a song playing with random footage, and that was it.
Yeah.
I liked the Elegio one.
Probably because the song was fucking awesome. Yeah. But like, I felt like the trailer itself, and I feel like the trailer was. I think we liked it so much because we were anticipating the game so freaking much that like we just wanted any new freaking footage from the game to see you kind of speculate about, and like I felt like
Well, I don't know. I remember watching it. Like I actually watched it like about a week ago, and I don't know. I liked it, but I mean, when it comes to the garbage one and what was the other one?
I don't even.
I mean, I'm talking about just the objective fucking editing of it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't think that trailer really like had a flow to it.
Well, dude,
it was just like a random editing with like the music. I mean,
dude,
I don't know.
Especially if you're comparing it to like some of the trailers that he edited for like Peace Walker or like fucking MGS2, especially, or Zone of the Enders, Second Runner.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, those trailers were like masterfully edited.
Yeah,
and then those MGS5 trailers were kind of dog shit. But whatever, dude. I mean, like I was saying, like it really goes to show that, like, I mean, there are so many people out there. See, this is the thing about, this is kind of one of the main things I hate about, like just the celebrity status is that like everybody thinks like, oh yeah, dude, there's only like a fucking handful of people out there that are like super creative, bruh.
Right.
But in actuality, there's like fucking shit tons of people all around you that like have the same sensibilities of somebody like Hideo Kojima, but they're just not like, they just haven't been given the opportunities that he has in his life. So they haven't gotten to the position where they had the opportunity. Yeah, sure.
Exposure.
Sure. Like some people like definitely push harder than others to like create those opportunities for themselves.
Sean,
But, huh?
take your leg off that chair.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like shaking the mic.
oh, like, dude, like, I mean, these people, like, a lot of people create opportunities for themselves, but like, you know, God, I forgot where I was even going to go with it, dude.
Well, you were commenting on the whole celebrity status thing, the whole.
There's just like editors that like don't really get exposure from like just, you know.
Well, dude, I'm just saying that all these people are all around. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just. There's opportunities that have arisen for certain people. Yeah, sure. Certain.
Yeah, no,
people.
you were saying something about like there like being no shortage of creative like trailer editors
Sure, I
and
mean, there's
editors
like,
in general.
Yeah, well, there's like modern trailers for like classic movies that are
especially
like,
with the
really
tools
well done.
being so available now. See, this is the thing about like tools becoming more and more available. Now you get like some random freaking TikTokers or some Instagrammers who like have like shorts that are like, you know, nice and, you know, they're creative, like shot with the phone, and you know what I'm saying? Like they'll make little scenes and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of like the new age entertainment. You know, it's not necessarily like films you watch on a TV set every night, you know, on cable TV. It's like, but yeah, just freaking.
Let's talk about Metal Gear, dude.
People like Hideo Kojima are a dime a dozen now. So this trailer, basically, like being as good as it was, it kind of was reassuring, you know, because I already knew this was the case before I even like watched this trailer. But I watched the trailer and I was like, yeah, duh. There's fucking actual badass editors out there, you know, in Japan that we never heard of that are fucking completely capable of editing a badass Metal Gear trailer in the same way that Hideo Kojima was capable of doing, you know?
Right. Sure. I do agree with that. I mean, the trailer was really good. And yeah, it's not, you don't need Hideo Kojima to, because people think of him as like an essential part of any kind of project that would have anything to do with Metal Gear. I mean, when it comes to the marketing, at the very least, when it comes to editing a trailer, it's like, yeah, they don't really need him. I mean, the game is already done. I mean, they don't really need to, you know, create like a whole nother story. So, I mean, if they were to continue the series and create like new, if they were to write something new, I guess we could see like then, but like as of right now, it's like,
here's the thing, dude, is that like Hideo Kojima, he's not like some fucking super ultra genius, dude. They could hire somebody. What? Oh, they could hire somebody that could basically like a Tom Clancy-esque guy. Like they could just hire a Western writer. You know what I'm saying? They're not just beholden to like, oh, you know, all we have is like Japanese game developers that are like up and coming like Hideo Kojima. Dude, we are so far beyond that shit. And Konami itself is so far beyond those limitations, you know, like to where they like don't have access to like hire a fucking competent Western writer who can write in the style of like Hideo Kojima to make. I would actually say that at this point, Konami could afford to hire like really good freaking screenwriters straight from Hollywood, like top dollar ones.
Yeah.
They could be like, yeah, we're willing to pay a top dollar for a freaking Metal Gear writer for Metal Gear Solid 6. How about that? You know, or like Metal Gear 1 remake for MSX.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that there's no shortage of like talent out there that's capable of writing. I mean, you know, like remember we were talking about Deus Ex a while back and just like how that game was just like pretty much on par with Metal Gear anyway. Like at the time, there's like there's all sorts of novels out there that are fucking like legendary, you know?
I never got to play that game. I hear good things. Did you guys play?
I haven't played it yet, but you know, I've heard so many good things about it and so many like comparisons.
Yeah, I actually have it. I mean, give it a whirl, but I mean, yeah, that I do agree with that. It's not, you don't really need Kojima himself. I mean, you don't. he has been like sort of like deified to the point where it's like you can't make anything good like without him. You know, that's going to be related to Metal Gear. So, I mean, I'm not really apprehensive about like any future projects that don't rely on like the past like work that he's done. That's what, I guess they're testing the waters with this and see how this game does. But I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure this game is going to do well. It's going to do like good numbers. I mean, I'm going to get it day one. This might be the first game that I might pre-order since like 15 years ago, maybe was the last time I pre-ordered a game.
Same here. I can't even remember the last time I pre-ordered a game.
No, we just pre-ordered Virtua Fighter 5 Revo.
No, we didn't. We didn't pre-order it.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Whenever the game came out, it was bought already, and I didn't have to actually purchase it.
Interesting. I don't remember ever buying it, but maybe I did. Oh, you know what? I did to get the beta. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
It was only $15. But anyway, we'll talk about that in another episode. But this episode is about that damn trailer. I mean, damn, what the fuck? So many good things about it, dude. First of all, we'll just talk about the character models. Like, every character looks legit. Like,
I think the only one that looks a little bit off is what's his name? The Fear.
The Fear.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
Looked like the Fear to me, dude.
Yeah, I think the only thing
was the Fury, dude. He just his face was just like, I don't know,
a little too detailed. No, I'm just, no, but like
God, I'm so glad they put that shot. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, well, I used to have a little bit of a problem with the boss because she looked good, but she didn't quite look like the boss, right?
So you're talking about that first trailer, right? Yeah.
Right.
That's one that everybody was complaining about.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, even if the game were to release like that, I honestly wouldn't have had that much of a problem. But seeing her now, in my opinion, with every single character model, is just like, just looks great. One minor, just I guess if I had to nitpick, like, gun to my head or something, I guess maybe she looks a little bit like younger than she really is. The boss.
I didn't think that at all. Actually, I thought she looked like the perfect age and everything.
Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe
she's
it's
not
just
supposed to be like super old either.
Yeah, I know. Sure, like 40s, but like, I don't know. There's like certain features that I saw like in the original that like make her seem like in her mid-40s.
More mature.
Yeah, mature. But other than that. Yeah, like I don't know if we talked about Ocelot, how he looks different from the original, but if you were to put him side by side with like the character model for MGS 1 and 2, like it's actually like almost uncanny.
Yeah, dude. Well, the thing is that it was actually a major complaint of mine that like this was young Ocelot, but his facial structure literally looked nothing like Ocelot.
Yeah. That was always one of my complaints about Ocelot and MGS3. Yeah. I actually think I remember seeing it for the first time. I was like, I don't know. That didn't look like anything like Ocelot. That's the thing is that
people are like, oh man, it's not like verbatim with like the original game. It doesn't look like him. I'm like, well, dude, they made a mistake in the original Metal Gear Solid 3, in my opinion. Like, because I remember like playing that game, I was like, dude, this just feels like a different ass character. It's not even the same character at all.
Not only that, they took that character model from the original MGS3 and they kind of made him look older in MGS4. So like even in MGS4, that didn't really look like Ocelot. I mean,
it looked closer to Ocelot from the original Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, but you could tell.
But like, they tried to, but it just didn't work. I feel like they need to just have like a like facial structure, consistent facial structure that they use for all of these remakes. And I think that's what they're gonna do. Is they're like, it's whenever you see him in MGS1 remake, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's the same guy. It's not gonna be like jarring.
Yeah.
They are starting fresh, so like it would make sense that they would like keep Ocelot more consistent this time around because he was probably like the most inconsistent character.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I still have zero complaints with Volgin.
Oh yeah,
Eva looks great. yeah, I don't know. There's not really any complaints that I have other than that shot of the fear with his face close up. The end looks great.
Yeah.
Fucking eyeball coming out and shit. It just looks like fucking way more intense than even the original.
Yeah, it's like so realistic now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all real now. And shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
this is kind of like a moment in that trailer where it's like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I even saw some comments like, why is his eye popping out? You know, it's just like it's like
It
this.
popped out
That's
in
their
the original,
takeaway
dude.
from the trailer.
Yeah, dude.
It's just like wondering what the fuck is with that guy.
Yeah, no.
But,
they're just like, I got this epic ass battle with him and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The fight was awesome. But I don't know, dude. The fucking stage, it opened up, or the trailer opened up, and it was in that river kind of scenery
Mm-hmm.
in the swamp. And I remember I was hoping that they had like ground fog or like, you know, I guess water fog on the ground, you know, in that level, kind of like they did in the original
E3 trailer.
Yeah, E3 trailer for Metal Gear Solid 3, the reveal trailer. But you know, they don't have the fog, but it definitely is more foggy in general.
Yeah.
Like, so they did have fog, but it's just not ground fog. I think I wish they would add it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the thing
it
with the
was-
snow, I'm starting to wonder if they're not even going to have the snow in the Groznygrad,
Yeah.
because they did have it in the trailer, but it was in those shots in
Yeah,
the trailer
no.
in the original
Yeah.
game. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just hope they have it there. The snow looked good. I mean, it's not like the best looking snow I've ever seen, but
No.
the thing is, it was supposed to be a light snow anyway. It's not supposed to be heavy snow like in Shadow Moses.
No, it
So
wasn't. Not at all.
I mean, there was literally no snow covering the ground, and you know, in MGS3. So
Yeah.
yeah.
They need to add some motion blur to it, though. I noticed that they didn't even have motion blur to the snow. I feel like if they were to just add that, it would look way more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
But
If you guys were to find out that there was no motion blur in the snow, would you guys like just straight up cancel your pre-order?
yeah,
Not even buy the game anymore?
Yeah.
I would.
Buy like 10 copies of Death Stranding?
Yeah,
And it's just like-
just in protest, dude. But yeah, I don't know. Fucking yeah, every character looks great. The graphics look great. I mean, we saw the screenshots. That
Well,
they
I mean, the
released.
thing is, we really kind of got to see like a first look at the interiors of the game too.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. I'd have zero complaints. I mean, it just looks fucking awesome.
yeah,
Even the Groznygrad scene, like just Groznygrad in general, you know, it felt like we actually got to see what it looks like. And then, you know, a lot of scenes with the Shagohod fucking actually like shooting at it and stuff. That was a freaking epic ass shot. Yeah. You know, I was telling Sean earlier, I was like, man, I really wish they would have had more gameplay in the trailer. But like Sean was mentioning, like, yeah, I mean, actually, I think it was a little bit more impactful whenever you saw gameplay because they didn't really have a lot of it. So it's like,
I know. I
Yeah.
felt like they were showing all these cutscene shots, and then out of nowhere, there's just like this badass fucking shot of him shooting the Shagohod as gameplay.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, that like really hit. I remember whenever that shot hit, I was like, man, that was
Yeah.
like my favorite shot in the entire trailer.
yeah, I felt like, you know, even the dialogue in the trailer too. Like I felt like they just had all the memorable lines and shit. It's kind of like lines that kind of give you a hint of what's going on in the story. And then also like, you know, Vulcan and shit, you know, just like, I don't know, just hearing him talk and like,
Everybody.
yeah, just all their lines. I felt like they just chose the perfect lines
You know,
too.
I'm so glad that they fucking put that shot in there of the Fury, like,
Oh,
he's,
yeah.
like, stopping
Oh, yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
That's like one of the best shots in the game,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man, the fucking fire. Yeah, they brought
Yeah.
the A game with the fire, dude.
Yeah.
I remember the original trailer. See, that's the thing. I remember the original trailer for Metal Gear Solid it was actually the second trailer that they showed that that area that was kind of like deserted and very barren. And it was like where you're up in the mountains after you climb the ladder, and you're just like in the area with the hindies and shit. And you know, I remember that they showed a shot in the trailer where like this freaking flamethrower was just like blasting off. The fire looked amazing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, dude,
Yeah.
the fire in this game, the fire effects in this game are going to be out of this world.
Yeah.
And then they released the game. I remember playing that thing, and the freaking fire looked like cartoony.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember it looked
downgrade.
like fucking shit, actually.
Well,
dude.
you could tell that it was just like a bunch of like octahedrons.
Yeah, I know. It's
It
like
wasn't
low
even that,
poly
dude.
ass fire.
It was basically they just tried to make like balls,
Yeah.
like spheres.
Yeah.
But they were just like low polygon as fuck, and they were just like expanding. That
Yeah.
was the fire effect.
Yeah.
It just looked like shit. Like
Yeah, it
just
was really
fucking like basically just like low polygon spheres expanding as they were moving outwards.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they were just like, you know, they had like a little animation to them. And I remember it was like, dude, that looks like, and then the colors of them, they just didn't look like real fire at all. They just didn't do like real world, like fucking comparison footage. Or didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember even back then, whenever I was playing the game, like back then, 2003, it was like, yeah, the fire looks fucking weird.
It's like super orange and yellow and shit. I was like, dude, it's like, looks like shit. And then, but then the original trailer, the second trailer, I remember it was specifically the second trailer that they showed, and the fire looked freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of like the an MGS2 with the tanker. Remember whenever they had all that water coming in and shit?
Yeah.
And it's like didn't even make it into the game.
Or like whenever you're inside of the box and you can see the light rays coming through of the bullet holes and shit, and then that wasn't in the game. I remember I was like, man, dude, they always showcase these things in Metal Gear trailers, or at least when Hideo Kojima was involved with them, that would just not appear in the final game.
Yeah.
It was almost like a tech demo for PS2 or something, and then by the time the actual game came out, it was just not there, and it looked like a huge downgrade.
I think the biggest one was MGS4. Whenever they showed the trailer for that, was just like a complete lie.
Yeah.
60 frames per
60
second,
frames per
way
second.
higher polygon, fucking
way higher resolution shadows.
Oh, the shadows were like insanely more higher resolution, and then when you got the game, they looked like absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Which they only look good now whenever you play it, you know, on emulation, and you just playing it in 4K and it up-reses the shadow resolution too. But that's the only way you can get it to look good.
Is it just you have to play it through an emulator? Did somebody release the actual game where you can just like plug and play, or do you have to like download it for like on a PS3 emulator?
PS3 emulator. I mean, I'm talking about a 4K like version of the game.
Okay, yeah.
So you have to have like a really high-end NVIDIA GPU, and you know, to even run the game like even at 1080p, like with decent settings. But you can run it, you know, with 4K 60. And it looks great. You know, you can, whenever you up-res the, you know, because that game is like less than 720p, the original.
Yeah.
So you have to think that whatever the, you know, the light source that's actually, you know, causing the shadows to cast everywhere is like super low res too.
Yeah.
So like, but whenever you just kind of do like a global upscale, like it'll actually upscale those shadows and it looks great. You know, it just looks amazing.
Yeah, but they didn't do that in the final version of Metal Gear Solid 4 at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty disappointing. You know, like 30 frames per second.
Yeah, they would have been better off just baking the shadows in there. I don't know why they didn't just do that.
It would have looked a lot better.
For sure.
I would definitely replay that game. I literally just wouldn't go through the cutscenes. At least not like 100%.
I don't go through the cutscenes through any fucking game anymore, dude. Any game. I was playing Dead or Alive the other day.
No way. Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive 4.
You won't go through like a fighting game cutscene anymore?
Yeah. No, like an ending cutscene. I was like,
damn.
Yeah. It was like, were you Hayabusas even? I was like, eh.
Yeah, we didn't. We were playing Ninja Gaiden Black or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black today. And I wasn't really that engaged with the cutscenes. I mean, I was watching them. They were okay, but like, you know, I still didn't really feel the need to really watch them. I was just kind of more interested in actually just playing the game, you know?
Gameplay is king these days, dude. Yeah. I don't know. Like nobody, I don't know.
I think that I'm that way. I was that way with Metal Gear Revengeance. It's a great game, but fucking, still to this day, like I can't stand the cutscenes.
I'm just one of these guys, dude, that like at this point, like if I'm playing a game, I just want to play a game. I don't care about freaking story, dude. Yeah. I just don't really. Like, I don't know if it's just my attention span has gone to shit, or if just like I have like two different modes. If I want to play a game, I want to play a game. If I want to watch a cutscene, I'll watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I feel like I get enough video watching on my freaking phone as it is. And you know what I'm saying? That's where I get my video like entertainment. If I want to play a game, it's more of like, I want to interact. I want to have an interactive experience.
I guess the reason, I still watch cutscenes if I think that they're good. But then again, I am still like, I don't read. I listen to audiobooks and stuff.
Yeah, but so another thing too is just like Metal Gear Solid's cutscenes are just fucking vastly more interesting than like cutscenes from a lot of other games.
Yeah.
You know, like you watch Metal Gear Solid 3's cutscenes and there's like legit like joy to be had just watching the cutscenes.
Yeah.
And whenever I was watching that first cutscene where that girl was at the bar with this old guy and Ninja Gaiden, I was like, what, they're not even saying anything interesting anyway. Why would I even give a shit? You know?
Yeah.
It's not like the, Inglourious Bastards intro.
Yeah,
you know what
true.
I'm saying? Where like there's some interesting ass dialogue going on. It's like, yeah, just not.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to take away the MGS Metal Gear Solid cutscenes, or maybe like Uncharted. Uncharted had pretty good cutscenes, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they were like highly entertaining. Like that was very well written. You know. So it's probably worth watching, with certain games. But Last of Us also had good cutscenes.
Yeah.
But, I think there's not really that many games out there that have that, where it's just like good cutscenes that actually are worth watching for a game. Because I feel like, at the end of the day, you're here to play a game, Not really like, because if you were here to watch a movie, you'd be watching a movie,
It's a weird thing. Like, I don't know what Hideo Kojima is going to be doing with this Fizzant game, but it's like going to be funded by Warner Brothers Studios and it's going to be like half game, half movie or some shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is that even?
I mean, isn't that what he's done his entire career?
I know.
Yeah. That's kind of a weird way to put it. Like,
I think he's just like trying to appeal to a bunch of new fans, just like he did with MGS5. I mean, it's literally been that long to where the MGS5, the people that were young playing that game are already freaking in their late 20s now, and so
it's like it's more of like a marketing thing.
Yeah, I think it's just like trying to rebrand himself, as like, oh yeah, I'm a guy that makes movie games. I'm like, okay, you've been doing that your entire career, so it's
or maybe
like,
even like the other way. I make game movies. It's like, yeah, well, you like watching movies with good story. I'm gonna make. Well, here, how about this? Here's a movie that you can interact with. Whoa, shit, dude. You never saw that before.
At Sega CD, dude.
yeah, I guess you're right.
Those FMV games, dude, you can interact with the movie.
Yeah, dude, those Zelda CDI games.
I'm telling you, dude.
Top-notch animation.
I'm telling you, that was the future. Hideo Kojima's just following suit. He's just a follower, dude.
He's just fucking copied Mad Dog McCree, dude.
Yeah. But what else was in the trailer? There was shots of what's his name? The Sorrow. That area looked awesome.
Man,
actually, I really like how the Sorrow's face looked.
Yes.
I think, I actually was looking at some stuff online and people were saying that he actually looks like Ocelot's dad. He didn't, if you look at like Ocelot and you see the boss and the Sorrow, like you don't even see Ocelot in either of those characters.
Yeah.
But like with the Sorrow in this new one, it's like, oh shit, that actually looks a lot like Ocelot, you know?
But also, I don't know. Whenever I saw him in the new trailer, I just thought like, wow, if I was so impressed. It was just like, it's exactly what I thought he would look like if he was like realistic.
Yeah.
Like exactly.
It's so crazy because like I was watching the trailer and I saw all these faces of these characters and I was like, not once did it click in my mind that it didn't once click in my mind that I was even looking for the characters to be like, I was already just expecting it to look, these characters to look like legit. So whenever I saw the trailer, I was just, if one of them came up and they looked off, I would have been like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they didn't. And I was just like, I was just super
completely engaged.
I was just super engaged into the actual trailer itself because of that, because they just nailed everything and they got everything good. And so whenever I was watching the trailer, I was like, okay. Yeah, looks good. I was like, I wasn't like unimpressed by anything in there. And then they came out the screenshots. I don't know if you saw the screenshots.
I did not.
Here, check these out, dude.
I showed you one of them earlier.
We'll do a, which one did you show them?
Actually, I think I might have shown you all of them. I did show you all of them. Remember the one with the Shagahod and with the motion blur and stuff?
Okay, well, I remember the motion blur one. But
and then there was the one with the guy that was in that one area where where all the helicopters, like the Hindies are and stuff, and the flamethrowers.
Are you sure you showed me that?
Yeah, I remember I was showing you the lighting. I remember I zoomed in to Snake. He was like holding like that guard, the knife up to the guard, and like we were just commenting on the lighting and stuff, how good the lighting looked and the texture quality. And there's also that shot of Snake hiding behind the wall. But yeah, these screenshots look great.
Oh, okay. No, I remember that one.
And then there's this.
Mm-hmm.
One.
Yeah.
And then this one of fucking him shooting at freaking the Shagon.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, dude, that shit looks freaking epic.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna look freaking awesome. I mean, I'm just, really looking forward to not only like the graphics in this game, but also just the gameplay. The updated gameplay mechanics. I mean, it's gonna be freaking definitely.
The Shagon is just such a fucking awesome design, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at that thing, dude. It just looks so freaking cool.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate deathmobile, dude.
Definitely
I really hope that this game is as
kind of like look to it.
Yeah.
I really hope this game is as well received as the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. I mean, I guess the only criticism that might even be levied against is that like they didn't completely like redo the stages and they didn't make it like a whole like.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to say that you can definitely say that like Metal Gear aged way better than Silent Hill 2. Like Metal Gear, so say like even Metal Gear Solid 2, like that game came out after Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
And that game definitely aged better.
Well,
Metal Gear Solid 3 even came out way after Silent Hill 2. Of course, that I feel like Silent Hill 2 probably needed more of like an actual full remake because I felt like it was an early launch PS2 game or an early launch window PS2 game. And, some of those games were a little bit clunky. And I feel like Silent Hill 2 definitely was one of those. And,
yeah, absolutely.
Well, Silent Hill 2 actually came out after MGS2.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. Came out in like 2002, I think.
No.
Jamie pulled it. I'm
pretty sure. I'm going to pull it.
Yeah, well, the thing is that I actually played.
Why don't you ask ChatGPT on air, dude?
On air.
It's a 2001 game.
Why don't you ask ChatGPT which one came out first?
Yeah, and turn on the voice.
Silent Hill 2?
Have him be like the fourth member of the podcast.
September 25th, 2020.
Sean, even listening?
It actually came out before Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did play the entirety of the original Silent Hill 2 before I played the remake. And it's just like night and day. It's that game was just like very, 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 very easy. Like
Silent Hill 2?
Yeah, the original.
Yeah, no, actually, I remember I was playing the enhanced edition, and I was like, "Damn, is this game really this easy?" It's just like
it was
really, and I was playing it on a mouse and keyboard.
Oh, okay.
And it was like if I was playing with the controllers, man, if I was playing with the controller, it would be even easier.
Yeah, well, not only was I playing with the controller, it did well. Okay, I'll say this: I was playing it with like 2D controls, not the tank controls.
Yeah, I was playing it with 3D controls too.
Yeah. So to where like, you go up and down, it's not like, it's not like left, you pivot left and pivot right. It's like, you just move around. So maybe, that gave me like of course it gave me a huge advantage. So maybe that, had something to do with it, but like, yeah, it was just totally easy. And I don't think I spent hardly any of my ammo. Like I literally just used my pipe. I'll just like hit the nurse a couple of times. And the timing didn't even have to be all that like, precise. They'll be on the ground and I'll just go up to him, press X and he'll kick them and they'll just be dead.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly how it was for me too. I was like, man, is it going to get any harder than this? Or, I mean, I guess it does later in the game, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Straight up, dude.
Yeah.
No. Every single
that's what I'm saying. That game was really clunky. It needed a full remake. It's not anything like Metal Gear Solid 3 that was like that deep of a game. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel like the gameplay in Metal Gear Solid 3, I felt like you can just take the core engine of that gameplay and then just like, make the controls a little bit more intuitive and like more modern. You know what I'm saying? And just have the actual game engine like kind of behave more or less the same. It doesn't need just it was literally that good.
Another thing too is just the cinematics in the game were like actually like, I mean,
fully motion captured and fully acted and everything.
Yeah, dude. So like there was way, way, way more going on with the freaking cutscenes in that game than there were with freaking Silent Hill 2. Way more. I mean, yeah. That whole fucking fight with freaking Ocelot and Snake and the freaking in the cargo plane and shit at the end. I mean, the fucking, the scene, dude, all the scenes in the game have badass motion capture. They have just badass shit in there. It's like, then you watch the,
a lot of ways. I mean,
you watch the freaking Silent Hill 2 cutscenes and they're like very, very basic in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in a lot of ways, MGS3 was like very much ahead of its time. Like, I mean, they were, like how often did you see games that like actually used motion capture?
Well, the thing is like look at like Resident Evil 4 remake. They pretty much like again had to even remake that game from the ground up, pretty much. Like not from the ground up, but like for a large part, yeah, they had to like really redo a lot of shit in that game, and at least more so than what they had to do with MGS3. I felt like there was a lot less work to be done to modernize Metal Gear Solid 3 compared to those other games.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3 is like, I mean, yeah, it's definitely stands the test of time a lot better than those other games. And man, it's just crazy, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
fucking MGS2 is the same exact way.
Yeah. And again, like after playing and completing Silent Hill 2, like, it's just, to me, it's just a better game, like, overall. Like, it's objectively just like a better game than the original.
Second one?
Yeah, the remake, for Silent Hill 2. It's just like everything is better. Like, obviously, the graphics, and they retained the art direction, and they really respected that. Like, even the voice acting, of course. I mean, not to say that the voice acting was terrible in the original, but I mean, it did age. I mean, maybe certain, like little moments here and there got a little bit lost with the remake, but like overall, it's just like, just literally everything is just like better about that game.
Damn.
And literally everything.
That's badass, dude.
But yeah, anyway.
I feel like it's going to be the same way with MGS3 too.
Yeah.
I think everything about the game is going to be better than the original.
Mm-hmm.
Like the graphics, the character models, the sound, the updates to the gameplay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, just the lighting and everything. Just everything is going to be better about it,
Yeah. Everything is going to be better about the game, dude. We got a good freaking game to look forward to, guys.
God, I don't know. It just makes me realize, like, whenever I see the game, like, all these trailers and gameplay videos, I'm like, God, this game already looks like it's finished, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I remember they were already saying, like, 6 months ago that the game was pretty much finished, and they're just, like, touching it up.
Yeah, they announced it. Like, it's coming out in 8 months.
Well, yeah, it was originally supposed to come out in November. It's like, okay, that's.
I don't know if that was ever confirmed.
Yeah, no, but that was the rumor. But but I don't know.
I already knew it was going to come out this year.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was going to come out later. I wasn't surprised by the release date at all. Like I thought it was going to come out in summer. I didn't think it was going to come out in spring or anything like that. But yeah,
that's just nuts. Like this game is actually about to come out.
Yeah, a few months. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then, I've been hearing reports about them like already being like fucking pretty far in development with like MGS1 remake and shit too. So I guess like, probably about 6 to 8 months after the release of this game, we'll probably be hearing about MGS1, which will be fucking pretty crazy.
Yeah. What if it's literally just like it's literally the same exact game. They did give it the same treatment though. But it's just like updated graphics. And they use the same
Liquid's head is just bobbling and shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it's really detailed character models, but they're just like, their mouths don't move. They're just like
God.
It's like bobblehead.
It's like fucking like hyper realistic graphics and shit.
Yeah. But they're just like, just bobblehead shit.
That would actually be genius, dude.
That would be the ultimate like art house, like
this memeable freaking thing and shit.
No.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious, dude.
And
even that would be like way better than Twin Snakes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just feel like Twin Snakes was just a freaking terrible remake. Like, there's almost like, you know, like you were saying, like everything about Silent Hill 2 remake was better than the original.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like everything about Twin Snakes was worse than the original.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, yeah, sure, maybe the polygon count is higher or whatever, but like, who the fuck cares?
Some like dumb shit that doesn't.
Yeah, there's
matter.
like, there's no reason for me to ever want to go back and play that game other than just that it exists. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, you know, there's that game. You know, maybe
I might
Every time I see-
play it, maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Every time I see it in gameplay, sometimes I'll just randomly just throw it on a gameplay video of it, 60 frames per second, and you know, just watch it. I'm just yeah. I'm always reminded of why I never go back and actually play the game.
Yeah, same here.
I think MGS 2. The MGS 1 remake or Twin Snakes. I think that game is a very good like indicator of like what kind of a Metal Gear fan you are. Like I think I've always like after a while I've kind of realized that there are at least two different kinds of fans. There's like the fans that like you know the silliness but they also like the serious part of it, and like they see like there's like a certain like balance, you know, that's very attractive, that makes it Metal Gear, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But then there's like the other fans that like, man, this shit's just fucking stupid. It's all stupid, and that's why I love it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like if you find people, if they find like online, you know, people like complaining that are like, well, what, you know, about like Twin Snakes or fucking riding like break dancing the geckos in like MGS4, it's like, what are you complaining about? Like, it's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid, but Metal Gear's stupid. So like, why are you complaining? It's like, yeah, I don't know. We're just not the same kind of fan, you know? It's just kind of.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that, dude. And it's a really good statement.
I feel like there's like more moments in the game. Like probably like the ratio is probably like 99-1.
Even more so than Metal Gear Solid 1 Twin Snakes. I think the game that differentiates those types of fans is probably Metal Gear Rising though.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah.
That's another game that's I would say is like falls into that category where it's like it's stupid, yeah, but like, you know, yeah, of course it's stupid.
Yeah.
Metal Gear. It's all dumb. Why are you being serious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the thing is, there's like, you know, so saying that the ratio of the game is like 99-1, I feel like, where it's like serious moments compared to like just absurd freaking humor and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if this game takes itself that serious, then, you know, the fans should take it that serious too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I feel like just because there's some stupid moments in it, you know, some silly moments, doesn't mean that everything is freaking stupid, you know? But,
yeah, no, I just feel like it's just like any other movie, you know, any other game. You just like, if it's something is portrayed as serious, you take it serious. If it's not, you don't. But so I don't know, whatever. I mean, I feel like Metal Gear is Metal Gear, you know, and it just take it however you will. But, you know, it is pretty crazy because that first game, Metal Gear Solid 1, on PS1, the first one, the first 3D one at least, was definitely played off as way more serious than like what ended up following with the series and shit. And it's one of the reasons I actually like the first game the best, actually.
Yeah.
Amongst other reasons. But like, yeah, like I kind of didn't really, especially with MGS4. I mean, I feel like each one got more and more kind of ridiculous as time went.
Oh yeah, of course.
Especially like, I mean, MGS1 was completely serious, I feel like, in my opinion. And then 2 obviously introduced like some comedic elements here and there, just like some over the top type of shit. And then 3 amped it up even more with like even the boss characters, you know, like fucking just being really over the top. And then, you know, you get into MGS4 and you're just like, okay, this is like pretty fucking.
Yeah, it's whenever they just like they really like jumped the shark on that one.
Yeah. It's probably one of the reasons why I don't really like MGS4. I don't really feel as fondly about that one as I do like the original 3.
Mhm.
I mean, whenever that game came out, it was a fucking technical behemoth of a game.
Yeah.
It really, really was.
Well,
And that's one of the main things I appreciate about that game is that at least it had that going. It had really cool art direction too.
Yeah.
But as an actual, the gameplay was good, but as a story, dude, it really wasn't that great actually at all. Like,
There was definitely good elements of it, you know. I mean, it was
yeah, here and there. I mean,
Well, I remember a friend of mine was like watching the cutscenes from like the first game all the way to like the fourth, basically just following like Snake's story.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like really kind of bad because like I was just criticizing the fourth like game story as like, you know, we were watching it like together. And it's like, I mean, damn, you know, looking back, it's like maybe I shouldn't have been talking that much shit because she was just like, you know, going off of like, I guess the high of like appreciating the story from the first game and going, you know, it's like, you know, following the story and just like being just like caught in that moment of like, you know, finally getting that conclusion in the fourth story. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like MGS4 is like best played and enjoyed like right after. I mean, it's either you were like, you know, in the time that the game came out and you were already a Metal Gear fan, it was just like fan service.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, you know, just like, you know, you had this high, like, you know, from just Metal Gear, you know, just growing up and you were just like looking forward to hyping up every
the
game.
games
and
were
shit.
as big as they've ever been.
Yeah, I know. And it's just like, you know, if you didn't live through that and then you just play it, you know, is like, especially if you just start with 4 for whatever reason, you know.
Yeah, if you were to start with 4, that's just like, what is this?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the only really true good way to play that game is like directly after 3.
Yeah, no, it's kind of why I was wondering, like, why they didn't actually include 4 in that master or the master collection, is because it's like everybody just got the high of playing 1, 2, and 3, and then now they're gonna have to wait a year to play 4, you know, or maybe a
2
year and a
years.
half.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
2
probably
years.
2 years. Yeah,
It's almost already 2
yeah.
years.
Shit, that's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, time goes by very fast. Once you hit a certain age, dude, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fucking MGS Master Collection. God, I remember whenever fucking people were just like, dude, what the fuck is going on? I remember we were just like, dude, they're gonna patch it, dude. Just give it a little time. Like, whatever. I remember like
I mean, the
pretty
thing-
pretty vehemently defending the Master Collection whenever it was released and shit. And I remember everybody just like making these videos and Mudahar making videos and shit. And I was
Yeah.
like, God, dude, fucking take it easy, dude.
Well, yeah,
Y'all
they're-
literally
they're
nitpicking
freaking-
about some fucking sound
Dude, but
files.
yeah, I
and
know.
Fucking,
Well, the
you
thing
know?
is, it's just the reason why I like kind of have grown to like dislike YouTube a lot is because I've already started catching on to these like little trends and shit, these little algorithm like trends.
yeah, where everybody,
Where like everybody kind of gangs up on somebody, you know, and like
Or
whether it's
something,
Nvidia
yeah.
or if it's Hideo Kojima or Konami or
Metal Gear,
whatever, yeah,
whatever. Master
And
Collection.
yeah, and it's like, okay, you know, Nvidia announced an RTX card. Okay, well, I guess the internet's gonna fucking start. You know, all the YouTubers are gonna make videos talking shit about it. you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, the thing is, I mean, that YouTube or a lot of these like, you know, influencers or YouTubers or whatever, like it's their job. So
Yeah.
like they have to get as many eyes as like they can for their video. So you're gonna have the thumbnail where they're like fucking opening their mouths wide, like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this thing happened. What? This is the worst thing that ever happened in the history of fucking gaming.
Yeah, dude.
How
I
could
mean,
they
it's
fucking
just,
do this shit?
It's
like,
literally just like so much fucking embellishing.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just
it's
embellish
just
the fuck
like,
out of
I
it.
mean, you know, me and Sean are pretty good friends with a pretty big YouTuber who has a gaming channel. I don't want to say his name, but like he even admitted, he's like, yeah, man, I really just have to really embellish these videos, you know, more. They have to make it seem bigger than what it actually was.
Yeah.
And
showbiz, baby.
yeah, I know.
Basically.
it's just like, okay, like I definitely see it. Like I see these people just like,
I was even telling him in this he's like, oh yeah, here, you know, he usually sends us his videos after he's done editing them and he uploads them. Hey, check out my latest video, man.
Yeah.
I checked it out and I was like, hey man, this one was good, you know. And I was like, the way that you weave the story in this one almost seemed like it was like a 3-act structure and shit. I was like, oh yeah, dude, note taken. I'm gonna fucking like kind of, you know, I feel like I had that in the back of my mind, but I'm gonna like kind of focus on that 3-act structure thing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I was like, damn, dude, like you just embellishing even more. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna just embellish it even further and shit.
That's just well, that's just kind of how it is, man. I mean, like gone are the days where it's just like a couple of dudes just hanging out, and that's just all of a sudden they become fucking big, yeah. But like in order to get to that point, you have to do marketing. You have to do a lot of self promotion. You have to do things a certain way.
Well, yeah. You also just have to freaking jump on a bandwagon too. Yes. Yeah. So it's absolutely. Like I feel like if you make videos like that, this YouTube consensus disagrees with. Now, like, remember that one guy? I mean, his video was freaking retarded, but like the guy that was talking about Metal Gear Solid 3 and like how it was like not going to be a good game, and that guy just got shat on all over the freaking comments.
This wasn't the result I was expecting.
Yeah, I know. It's like freaking everybody, people in the comments were like, "Oh yeah, man, this guy actually thought that people were going to agree with him."
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
God, he was so fucking cocky about it too. But sorry, go on.
No, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that there's like jumping on the bandwagon, but then there's also like the opposite.
Yeah, like a contrarian type thing.
Contrarian. Because
that's kind of what that guy was.
Yeah. I wouldn't actually doubt it.
You watched this whole video, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even doubt it if that was like, he just wanted to do that so he can get like attention. I'm not even like,
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
There is no doubt in my mind that guy was being genuine about that video at all.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Oh yeah, dude, everybody's kind of like fucking into this Metal Gear game. I'm gonna, you know what I'm thinking? I think I'm gonna shit on the parade, dude.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna piss in the bowl."
Yeah, I mean, whether he wanted clicks for like money or just wanted to get some attention, well, because like that's what I've been noticing these past couple of years is that like in social media in general, not just YouTube, like it's just like somebody will make some fucking fucked up opinion about something and just be an asshole, and it's like
dude, look at Kanye. Look like today.
Oh yeah, God, that was yesterday. I think
yesterday he literally came out with some post and he was like, "Yeah, man, I fucking like rejected 3 kids that were on Make-A-Wish Foundation that were in wheelchairs and shit. I just denied them and shit." I was like, dude, obviously he's fucking trolling. Obviously he didn't do that.
Remember? Have you seen his other posts that he's made recently? Just like, God, dude. I mean, I probably It's like one of his posts was like, "I'm a Nazi. Now what?" Fucking like, and then he's like, I always loved Hitler, fucking shit like that.
No, you're talking about Alex Jones, right?
No, I'm talking about,
no, he was on there saying that same shit though.
I love Hitler. I love Hitler.
Are we just going to turn the podcast into this or what?
Well, no, I'm just, it's just so crazy, but just keep talking. I'll find him.
Yeah,
I don't know. Metal Gear's pretty badass though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all, just affected my
Virtua Fighter's pretty good too. Dude.
Yeah, it just fucking affected my childhood in a way that like changed me forever. But it's all right.
Yeah,
it's okay.
The way that Pai Chan hit.
No. Yeah, the way that fucking pie, fucking man. I like a slice of her pie. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking.
Anyway, no, but
have you heard of Goonergate?
Well, my coworker.
Wait, went on here. I found the post.
19.
Okay, so this is literally like all in the same 5 minutes. But anyway, he says Jewish people actually hate white people and use black people. And then he says all white people are racist. And then the next post, I'm a Nazi. And then the second one, I love Hitler. Now what, bitches?
Ridiculous. Jesus Christ.
That guy, dude.
Yeah, just like, what the hell?
I mean, obviously, just trying to fucking get in the news and shit.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, it's what a lot of people in the comments were saying is, "Oh, he must have an album coming out, like here pretty soon."
So people are kind of hip to what's going on now about like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I think like a lot of the hypnosis or whatever, like that goes into like a lot of these YouTubers and like, I mean, I feel like there's like something that has to just snap in people and just like the collective. That's just like
they start to kind of get it.
Yeah, they start seeing the patterns and shit, and they start catching on.
I think people are like big time onto the fucking patterns of like the YouTuber, like social media fucking hustle.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, dude, people want genuine content and they know when they're watching genuine content. I feel like it's like in the back of, and it's not even in the back of everybody's mind at this point. People are like almost like have like antennas now.
Yeah.
It's like, is this real shit?
Yeah.
Before you even click on a video, you're like, all right, I'm going to this just like expecting that it's going to be some bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I have to like feel out whether or not it's actually real shit.
Well, yeah, even like on like social media, like X or wherever, like somebody will be like, yeah, all men are fucking sexist, and they all like. I'm happy that the suicide rate is going up. I love it. I hate men, and it's like, you'll see in the comments, oh, you're a fucking terrible person, and they'll respond like, I don't think so. It's like, you're fucking stupid. Yeah, maybe I am. I don't know. It's like they're responding to like almost every single like response with some fucking generic shit, and it's like, oh,
fire emojis, dude.
right. So it's like, oh, they're literally just saying that for engagement.
Yeah,
and that's like, after you see that pattern, it's like, wow, that's fucking, that's whenever you get those antennas, and it's like, this is like a lot of this fucking, toxic fucking shit that you see online. It's like, it's just all bullshit. They probably don't even fucking believe what they're like saying. They're
I actually think that like the vast majority of YouTubers actually don't believe what they're even talking about at all.
Yeah.
You can tell the ones that actually have like strong convictions and that actually are telling the truth about what they believe. But like some of these like YouTubers that are just like doing it for the algorithm and shit and just to get their money. And
you can almost see their like eyes, like read the fucking the script, like following the script like on their screens almost, like it's like they're just saying, they're like, oh yeah, I hate Mexicans and they're all lazy, so yeah, it's like, okay, what are you,
who the fuck's saying that?
What are you even saying? What are you even saying? Like, what the fuck? What? I don't know. It's like,
yeah, I don't know, man. YouTube is crazy now. And I feel like, I'm actually at the point now, and I think a lot of people are at the point now where they just don't even give a shit about what YouTubers have to say about anything, like regarding pop culture or, movies or whatever. And like, they don't care about what the journalists say. They just like, I feel like people now at this point are just like, willing, at least, I'm being optimistic here, but like, I feel like people are just see a trailer, and if they look interested, if they seem interested in it, then they'll check it out for themselves, And I feel like things are so accessible these days that I feel like, why would anybody even need to watch YouTube videos about like what somebody else has to say and what a group of people have to say about like, people that are just trying to make money off of talking shit,
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It just seems like very just ungenuine and like phony.
Yeah.
And I just feel like a lot of the people that were actually talking shit about Kojima, or not Kojima, but Konami, whenever, that whole thing happened, like just kind of bandwagoned on it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And me and you freaking like saw
too.
through that shit. I mean, we were even on this podcast talking about it, like how a lot of that was bullshit, and that we were actually kind of like, God, we were taking Konami's side pretty much like right after Death Stranding came out is whenever we were just like, yeah, I think Konami was actually in the right in that decision to let go of Kojima. And
we had all the evidence that we needed. A full game made by Kojima showing exactly what he brought to the table at Konami. And then we saw, oh, okay. So he was actually the one making those fucking whack ass ideas that were like actually like almost unmarketable and like actually made the game less fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would have gotten attention, but like, and just bad attention. I think it would have been just the wrong way to take it. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like just a lot of these YouTubers are just fucking like they cause so many problems for so many people, and so many people that are just trying to make an honest buck just by like, oh, I mean, I want to get into video games, and then all of a sudden they put a game out, and then it just gets freaking like, even though it might be a decent game, it's just like they don't let things have their own audience anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I feel like these YouTubers definitely like are some sort of like gatekeepers as to like what gaming should be, and instead of just like let people just fucking let these games just find their own audience, you know? And I feel like they actually hurt sales of video games just by just spewing all the shit that they do. But I feel like
some of them deserve it. Some of them probably not so much or less. But like, I don't know. I feel like that's exactly what this guy was trying to do with his fucking with his video with Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta.
Talking shit about
it was like, oh yeah, dude, whatever you do, don't buy this game. And
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it, but don't buy this game.
Yeah, no. I was like,
looking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, I've like why would I even trust this guy's opinion? He's like first of all, he's a nobody. But even if he was like a big YouTuber, like why would anybody even like? So what? You just seen all these trailers, you've played the original game, you know what it's all about, but you're just not going to buy it because this guy says that like it should be something bigger, it should be a full remake. Well, what if I want to play the original game with better graphics?
I think the vast majority of people actually just want exactly what Konami's cooking up, dude.
Yeah.
And Konami,
that's why the freaking reception has been so positive.
Yeah.
It's like I haven't really
some lone YouTuber is like, oh yeah,
dude, it's kind of fucking crazy because I feel like I've seen so many articles, so many comments about people are like, yeah, I think Konami's actually doing a good job on this game. I think
how many people said that about Death Stranding in the lead up to the game coming out? Literally nobody.
He's just, I felt like every trailer that came out, every gameplay video, he just
people actually strayed further and further away.
Yeah. And his whole game just became super divisive and shit.
Yeah.
Where it was like, people just kind of caught on to his shit. It's like we did for sure. It's like before the game even came out, I already freaking was like, okay, we're not playing this game. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah, I know.
And the only reason why I even watched the whole game was just because there were some rumors about the entire game changing at like Act 3 or some shit. Or Act 6
I remember that. I remember freaking the entire reason I even watched those videos is because I thought the game was actually going to get badass as fuck at like the last part of it. I thought they were like going to go on the moon and shit. And there was going to be like, some legit kind of like almost Police Knots-esque fucking storylines and like, but we didn't get anything like that, dude. This shit like went off the rails with like beached fucking, visions or fucking whatever it was. Dude, that game was just all over the place, dude. Like, oh yeah, everybody has their own beach, This one is Princess Beach.
Yeah,
Your damaged goods.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Princess Beach, in a PlayStation game.
Yeah, I feel like that game is already aged terribly. Like I feel like that game literally feels like a 2016 game or some shit.
It's actually like a 2020 game or 2019.
No, 2019. Well, I mean, it was
pretty much 2020, but
yeah, but I feel like it was a game that like came out. I feel like the culture is already kind of changing. Just what people's tastes.
COVID is probably the best thing that happened to that game because people were just stuck at home and they wanted to buy fucking games to play.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I was fucking stuck at home. Even I didn't fucking play that game.
Yeah, the thing is, there's so much better shit to play.
Yeah, I think,
but in general, a lot of gaming saw a huge uptick during those years, those 2 years.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with the reason why people started buying Death Stranding more because remember that game was like basically considered a fucking dead on arrival flop when it fucking first released.
Yeah,
dude, it was panned.
Yeah,
to the point where they had to like delete like a third of the entire reviews
from Metacritic.
Metacritic.
Yeah. Like, but these are all bots. But the bots that are talking good, we're going to leave those.
Yeah.
The ones that just made an account to copy and paste another review from somebody else that was also a bot. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I just think that these freaking social media sites or not these social media, but these mainstream media sites are just fucking completely done. I think the whole COVID thing like opened a lot of people's eyes to like what the fuck is everything was just so fake during that time, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally an era that is completely gone now.
Mm-hmm.
It was like extremely strong. And then a lot of companies are still trying to like cling on to like that era. But now,
I also feel like Death Stranding 2 is going to be like another game that is actually freaking like super out of date by the time it comes out. Just because Kojima, like, you know, he completely scrapped his original idea of the game before COVID. And when we said once COVID came out, he just completely rewrote the game just to, you know, reflect
a COVID game.
You know, yeah, basically the COVID type game where it's like, you know,
where COVID is kind of like, you know, it's like almost like
it's a theme in the game or something. Yeah. And it's like, you know, people are isolated and they have like freaking, I don't even know.
Ain't nobody wanting to play some shit like that, dude.
Wait, are you talking about Death Stranding 2 or
Death
Stranding 2?
Because he already had a script for Death Stranding 2 before COVID happened.
Okay.
After Death Stranding 1, and he was already working on it, but then he's completely scrapped it. And he just rewrote it to be more in line with like COVID, the COVID era.
I mean, isn't fucking Death Stranding 1 kind of like a COVID game anyway, where people are isolated and you have to reconnect them?
So the thing is, like, I feel like people are wanting to play more shit like freaking Ninja Gaiden and like
Zone of the Enders second runner, dude.
Or like just some freaking like just I don't know, something just more normal, just focused on the like fun gameplay, you know. I don't know, man. I feel like that Death Stranding game, it's just like, you know, it's so freaking, it's such a like low energy game where it's like you just play it and you tune out. You know what I'm saying? You're just walking in the desolate environment and it's like depressing and it's freaking like somber and freaking like just, you know, it's just low frequency, you know, that it's, I don't know. And it's like, I just feel like, I don't know. That game is just, I don't think that people are really wanting to have that kind of experience anymore. You know, unless it's just like going to be some high octane action game. Like I feel like people are just looking more forward to that type of shit.
Yeah. I'm still kind of like wondering what he means by making like a COVID game. How can you make it more COVID than like
the first one? Yeah, I know. Probably just more like
have an actual disease.
Well, no, like I think it's going to be things like, you know, having little like K-pop bands on your little desktop and shit, you know, that are just performing and, you know, just stuff like where you're kind of like stuck at home and stuff like that. Or maybe you can't go outside too much or something. And you're just trying to.
Yeah. It's more like the lockdown aspect of it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, it's fucking, you already had people that were isolated. So it's like, I mean, if you, any more on the nose than that, then it's like, okay, all right. So it's like COVID. All right.
Yeah, dude. I think so, that's just the thing, though, and it kind of like shocks me that he even like wanted to make a second game after COVID.
Well, at least he's coming out with like 2 other games. I mean, he has Death Stranding 2, and then he has what was it called? OD, and then also Fizzant.
And the Death Stranding show.
I'm hoping that Fizzant is going to be like a game that is more normal, you know what I'm saying? And just like actually just focuses on making a fun action stealth game, you know?
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that it's not going to be that. I feel like that guy is already way too far gone.
All right, guys. I think we're about ready to wrap up this episode of Next Gen Cast. It was good talking about, I guess I kind of got off, we kind of got off the rails a couple of times. Hopefully the conversation was enticing enough, engaging enough to where you stayed interested. But if you didn't, it's okay. We understand.
Fuck you.
Just go back in time and don't watch the video.
Imagine if that was a feature on YouTube and shit.
You go back to like the beginning of the video and just
end up back in 2004 and shit. Just going erasing every video and shit.
Just delete your history and it's just like you're back in 2006 and shit.
I'm back in high school, guys.
A whole lot of people are probably wishing that they could do that.
Yeah, dude.
But
I'm gonna make a game about it, dude.
A game about it where you just go back in time and you're just like a teenager again.
Yeah. And with all the mistakes that you made and all the things that you learned to deal with,
and then you like
as an adult.
But then
Like,
go ahead.
paying your taxes and stuff. It's gonna be fun, dude. It's gonna be a fun ass game.
You go back in time, and it's like, oh, you correct all the mistakes that you made, but then ironically, like what you get back to, like, to where back to the present. You know, even if you didn't make those mistakes,
You're worse.
it turns out that you were completely right, and then you just fucking end up being rich and happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that would be fucking.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It's definitely some things.
And you just get struck by lightning randomly and shit.
And you actually, you wake up in the hospital, and it hurts like it changes your DNA to where you actually grow taller.
Yeah,
That would
dude.
suck, dude.
And then you wake up in another dream, and you're just being tortured and shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, that was just a dream,
But then,
bro.
like,
Both realities were just a dream.
But then you kind of like, think for a second, it's like, oh, wait a minute, this is my fetish.
Yeah.
I actually like being tortured. I'm in heaven, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the game, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Next Gen Cast. We'll see you next time.